calculator to do everything on the test. So you could use the calculator or you could do it by hand. Either one is good. All right. So first I'm going to do it by hand, then I'll do it in calculator.
Yo, so maybe paperless.
So first off, we'll start off with this. On the test, you're going to have 2 questions from what would be 9.1. Particularly, you don't have a B value. Now, you know what's really good about not having a B value? Your vertex, your X of your vertex is always 0. So what I start off is I know my vertex is 0. I also get a freebie, and this is a free point if you do this correctly on every question like this. The axis of symmetry is always in the middle of the parabola. You know what's in the middle of the parabola also? The vertex. So if your X of your vertex is 0, your axis of symmetry is 0. The axis of symmetry is 0. That X will always be. If it was 3, your axis of symmetry is 3. If it's a billion, your axis of symmetry is a billion. It always should match.
You'll give us a free point for that.
It's that dotted line in the middle.
You give us a free point for that.
Yes. Yeah, the dotted line in the middle, though. That's the actual middle.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Wait, Mr. Tobo.
Yes. Well, the axis of symmetry is just the X value. The vertex is a coordinate point, so 0, something. Yes. The axis, you know how the thing is like a mirror on left and right? Symmetrical? Yeah, that line in the middle is called the axis of symmetry. I talked about it a lot in the beginning, but it's just always the X of the vertex. One question at a time.
Imagine like the axis of symmetry is like the mirror in between.
Yeah.
I have 2 questions. So is your axis symmetry only the X value of your vertex?
Yes, it's only the X value of the vertex.
And then my other question.
So it's whatever the middle number is?
Oh, so will you ever not have an A value?
Like 1 it could be, but you need an X squared for sure. Or it would be like a straight line.
Wait, the
Okay.
vertex is also always the middle?
The vertex is always the middle.
And the number next to it?
Yes.
Oh, wait, also.
Now, to find the Y of the vertex, you plug in your X of the vertex. So you plug in 0 here. 0, 2, 0 squared minus 3 equals Y. Negative 3 equals Y. So that means the Y of your vertex is negative 3. This is how your questions are going to look like, literally.
Oh, I get this.
No, I don't like it like that.
You're gonna give me a heart attack.
Now, max or min, what do I mean by that? When there is a maximum, that means there's some point that there's a top to. A maximum would look like this. This would be a max
Wait, isn't that down?
Like the.
because there's a top point, so that's the
But
max.
on like this, it said upward or down.
See, they're not air.
Like,
Oh.
when it asks, like.
I'm asking max or min. This is literally how the question is going to
Is
look like.
upward or down?
They're technically reverse. Over here
You just write the answers.
is the minimum. So the A value depends or it changes if it goes upwards, right? Or upside down. So in this case, since it is a positive A value, is it going up or down?
Up.
Up, it's going up. So since it's going up, what do you have? A lowest point or a highest point?
Lowest.
The lowest point, because you have a lowest point. The max is affinity. You can't have the max being affinity.
Well, isn't it when it's the lowest point? You just say that's the middle.
That's a min, which is also at the vertex, yes. But I'm just asking you, is it a max or min? I'm not asking you.
Why do we
Oh.
get
If it's positive, it's
Raise your hand if you have a question. Rachel, then
if
show.
it's positive, it's minimum, and then if it's negative, it's max.
The A value, yes.
Oh, so why do you use such weird words?
That's what is used to
Is it
describe it.
upward or down?
Wait, Mr. Tobo, how's it min?
Stop. Raise your hand if you want a
Wait,
question.
what's max or min?
What's up?
If your A value is
Why do I know
negative,
0 for the
then write
vertex?
max, and your A
Because I
value
don't
is
have that
positive.
normal X to the 1 power value, no B value. So
You write max.
you'll see in the
Yeah.
next question, but
What's the A
when we
value?
have the negative B over 2A,
No, it's 2, because-
does that feel familiar?
Yeah.
Like,
We don't have a B. So because it's don't have, a-
Minimum is when it's.
so it's 0.
Well, if it's negative 3,
That's C because that has no letter next to it. Okay? The generic formula is AX squared plus C in this one.
Can you not give what? Can you not give fractions?
What up?
Are you gonna give fractions?
I might, because I, especially with calculators, I might.
No,
I'm really bad.
Now,
Don't be annoying. Oh, come on.
y-intercept. How can you find the y-intercept no matter what? What could you plug in?
0, 0.
X equals 0. But guess what? We already did that. So what's our y-intercept? Again, -3. That's beneficial. That's going to be the same on this type of question. Won't be sent on the next type of question,
I
okay?
don't like the questions like.
Yeah, but-
Now we need a table. We need the table. X and Y. Remember, we need the middle to be the vertex. So our middle is 0 and -3. You want to make your X values 2, 1, 0, -1, -2. Doesn't matter which order you do it. Yeah, okay. Because I know the vertex is 0. Why do I know it's 0? Because I don't have a B value. There's no X to the 1 power.
Then you do it. Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, then you do the -B over 2A stuff. All right, you're gonna plug in 1 and 2. Remember, you get the freebies when you go from across each other.
What is it only if it's the same, like if it's, if. what was your question?
It always is because it's a parabola. For the fact of it's a parabola. As long as you put your vertex in the middle and correctly, then you'll have the
What's the
same.
word parabola mean?
But
You
with
should.
the fractions, it's so hard because you don't know like what's.
You said you're not
what's
putting
too bigger
fractions.
than a fraction.
Yeah,
You
you
said
would-
last
you
week
said you
were
would not-
putting
If I did say that last week, I'll trust myself.
I remember I asked, you said I'm not.
All right,
And you
fine.
said no negatives also.
All right, plug in 1 into the question. I didn't say that.
Actually did say no.
2 -3, that'd be -1. I'm doing the math faster so I can make sure I complete everything. You can practice the math yourself. But -1, then you plug in 2. 2 squared is 4. 4 times 2, 8. 8 minus 3, 5 and 5.
No, we just did that. So
Now you have to
quick.
graph that?
And then you graph that.
We
Good.
graph it ourselves.
Go ahead.
So is that 9.1?
How do I graph on a calculator?
I'll show you that next.
I don't wanna do that. I'll graph regular.
You made me so excited for class today. We just had time to do this.
Yes, and I'm teaching you how to use the calculator.
Can I just, is this 9.1?
You think
How
that's,
kind-
I know it's like, wow, do we really need to teach it? Yeah, I do actually.
Is that
Oh,
9.1, Mr. Tobin?
What am I?
Is this
Michael, literally no
9.1?
one cares. No, we don't care.
You'll
We don't
see in
care.
literally a second. I don't want to explain this 6
Is
times.
this everything I need to know about 9.1?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when it's 0, when the,
So,
I mean, like when the vertex one square is like a 0, then it means it's always gonna be on the.
What?
I mean, the y.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
because
different
anything
methods.
X equals 0 means it's on the y.
All
right.
What did you guys do in the class?
This one grabbing.
So now I'm gonna use the calculator. Pay attention if you need to know this part. If you don't need to know this part, don't be wrong. You do need to know this part. Everyone turn on. Now I'm gonna graph this and I'm gonna get the table values.
Okay.
So we don't have to get the table on a test?
Oh, wait, so is that?
You can get it from the calculator.
That's a bit.
So-
We don't have to do that whole X and Y.
You have to draw the table for sure. Like you have to give me the numbers, but you can have the calculator do it automatically for you.
That's a whole.
So teacher,
Okay, cool idea. Good idea. All right, turn on your calculator. You're first gonna start with y equals on that top left. Y equals, if you have something already typed in, just click clear.
Yeah, we're.
Top left, literally the most top left button, right underneath the screen.
I see it.
Top left over here.
Stat plot.
This?
Yes.
Okay.
It looks, you can look at the screen, man. It literally has it. All right. Next thing, we want to plug in the equation we literally have. So I'm going to plug in the equation, 2x squared minus 3. 2, the X button is next to the green alpha button right here. It
Well,
says
you go- you go to
XT
click
theta
it.
N. You're just going to click X.
How do I do square? Oh,
Oh,
just
that
X to the
button.
second.
That button. Not that button, that
How do
button.
you do the second?
Then you square it. Oh, that's what you're saying.
Oh, is that over
And
here?
make it square.
no, it's
Yeah.
already says. equal.
That's for the second.
Square. The square is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, top left of 7 over here.
Wait, where is it?
It
Right?
says, there's a little thing
Here.
that says X2 all the way to the left.
Should be X squared. It says X squared, it's just gonna put the square. You gotta make sure X is a separate button and square is a separate button.
Oh, so this is literally.
Minus 3.
Wait.
Now,
Hold on.
Gives you every answer.
The calculator, how to get that up?
don't worry about that part.
And then I
All
just
right.
click enter.
No, enter will just get you to the next line. So what I need you guys to do before you start your test, You're gonna click zoom. The zoom is the middle button on the top 5 rows. We're gonna do zoom standard, so option 6. You could just click 6 for that. And then you just click 6 and it'll do it automatically. No, zoom standard. Yes. Zoom, zoom, click zoom. Then standard, option 6. Does it say standard for 6?
This doesn't give us any of the answers.
You put 34 in the equation.
Oh, yo, gives you points, because you can just like,
Zoom,
oh,
and then 6.
Finesse.
All right, so first off, hey, you got the general shape, that's really useful. But even better, this is what it could do. You're gonna click second, the blue button, second, and you see how it says table on the top right? Click that. Now, table, top right. Top right, where y equals was.
Whoa, this is wrong. What if he's pointing shit?
Then you can scroll up and down. You still need to figure out where your vertex is to know where you start, but everything gives it to you there.
No! Finesse City, bro! I finessed you!
No, it's not.
Click table.
You have to scroll up so you get
Get finesse,
1,
Mr.
2,
Tool.
0, negative 1, negative 2.
I finessed him.
Yes. The table? Are you here? Are you here on the screen? Second, the blue button, top right, the graph, it says table. Then you could scroll up and down. Notice it does not tell you where your vertex is, so you still need to find that yourself. But it fills out all the numbers for you. But you could kind of observe it. You can see where the mirror happens, but I don't want to guarantee it like that. No.
Wait, what was the third? 9.3.
Okay, after you're done, you just click second, quit, and then you're back on the normal set. Quit is right next to second. What's up? You have to put the table on the test.
How do I know which numbers though? How do I know which
You have to figure out your vertexes. So your x's you're filling out
Oh,
yourself.
so I have to do the negative b over 2i? Okay, this is
Yes,
like-
but not for this one because this is not negative b over 2i.
How? Negative.
It's because it's 0 because there's no b.
Oh, so it's automatic.
Yeah. All right.
Yo, why do you talk? Oh, I didn't even do the homework yet.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait, what do you press? Quit? Oh,
All right, I'm ready to go to the next question. Again by hand, then by calculator. Check y, click y equals, see if you plugged in the equation correctly. Click y equals on the top left.
Can you give us another one?
I think I can bring back.
What's up?
Prime B rows on.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to do something different.
Mr. Toll, how is the y-intercept -3 again?
Oh,
Because to find the y-intercept for anything is x equals 0. But this one, it was the same thing. That's okay. This next one, it's not the same thing, so you're gonna have to find it.
Okay. Can we do it by ourselves now?
Be blessed with all of the eternity.
Wait, so we have to find the.
That you already did that. So you put zoom 6.
This is
So
like,
six.
just like three spots, you can find the vertex by doing
Yes.
negative.
All right.
Hold on, Mr. Toll.
Next one. We're doing the next one. Hold on.
So when it's a negative, when you do negative b, does it turn positive?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Good.
It's literally BS, like vertex.
All right. A, B, C. No, I want to make sure everyone gets it. So A is 1, B is -4, C is 2. I need to find the x x of the vertex or the axis symmetry. So that's negative b over 2a, which I'm going to plug in. Hold up, -4 over 2 times 1, which is going to be reduce it down. 2 equals x. I know, but I'm showing it by hand just in case. Because I don't want anyone to be like, my battery died, now it failed. No, that shouldn't be an excuse.
Oh, yeah,
But you want to identify where your vertex and stuff on. Now, Step 3, plug in that 2 into the equation. 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 2. 4 minus 8 is -4 plus 2 is -2.
I was gonna study tonight.
The calculator? Yes. And I'm going to show you each one for the calculator. Okay? Now your vertex, I found 2x to -y. 2 comma -2 is your vertex. We found that with -b over 2a, then plug it in. This one? 4 minus 8, yes. The axis of symmetry is just the x. So the axis of symmetry is just the 2. Now, the A is a +1. So is it going to look upwards or downwards?
Upwards.
Upwards. So you have a minimum or a maximum?
Maximum.
No, a minimum. You have a minimum. So this is min. What? Min would be positive. Yeah.
Wait, how do I get rid of this one? Now there's 2 graphs my calculator.
Today when I answered my question.
Just click clear on the one you don't want.
there's like how possible.
Yes, sir.
How do you know if it's not possible?
This right?
Say that one more time.
And then I.
Because you know, if it's positive, it faces up like this, right? Like a U shape. Then it'll go upside down. So then you have a top part, which is your maximum. And now the y-intercept, how do you find the y-intercept? Whatever, no, even better. When x equals 0, so we're gonna find where x equals 0. We're gonna do this for the y-intercept. Everyone pay attention. Yes, you will literally have these questions like this. You need the table for sure. That's part of the answers. Point/table is going to be part of the answer, okay? Now, the y-intercept. That's when I plug in x into 0. So 0 squared minus 4 times 0 plus 2. But guess what? This cancels out, this cancels out. So 2 equals y. So your y-intercept is at 2.
Wait, why did I put 0 squared? How do you get that?
It's just the x of the vertex. Yeah, you've been doing that. It's just 2. It's just 2.
Yo, how'd you do this?
So make a table.
How do I get the table, bro?
You have to know when I say y-intercept, that means x equals 0.
It's this.
It's second, I took second. Yeah, and then you press.
I'm running out of space. I'll do
Here,
a
this is
table.
all the.
Sure. But wait, let me just say.
So do we have to graph it for the writing test?
All right. For your table, again, it's 2, -2. Now, very important. You're allowed to use the calculator to get you the rest of the views, but you still need to do this to know what x's you're plugging in. So I need 1 and 0. So I need something 1 and 0, and 3 and 4. Doesn't matter which order you do it. I'm going to match the order of the calculator, which is smaller up and then bigger down. No, because I'm not even going to be here.
What? Who's prompting?
Oh, I have to ask him. What's up? Stop talking. What's up? I guess you fail. I don't know what to tell you.
No, but this is what I was talking about. Now, like 0 and 4
then
is
you're gonna go
the
back
same
to graph.
answer.
What was 9.3 again?
What?
What was 9.3 again? What do you have to do?
Yeah, what was that?
You're about to see it, dude.
I forgot for a second. And how do you tell if something's
Tonight I'm literally just
9.3?
gonna practice. Like, gives you.
But Mr. Tobel, it's not, it's like on the thing, it says 4, it's 14.
Check, click y equals and check if you plugged in the right equation.
I mean, X squared minus 4 plus 2.
4x.
How do I go back?
You didn't put an x next to the 4. You need to put an x on the 4. You're literally gonna see in a second.
Oh, wait.
We're about to see. All right. We're gonna do it in a calculator. I see a lot of you guys are trying it. Just want to make sure you know it. I'm going through the steps again. Step 1, y equals. If you have anything written here, just click clear. Yeah, just click clear to get rid of it.
Thank you, Rabbi.
All right, now you're gonna plug in an equation. X, remember, it's next to the alpha. Square, it's the top left of 7. Minus 4, don't forget the X again, plus 2. It should look exactly the same as your equation. Some of you guys have a little bit nicer calculators that make it look nicer, but it should look exactly the same. Make sure, if you get weird answers, like look at your calculator, Kobe, look at your calculator. When you get weird answers, that means you have something weird going on. So check your Y equals. Now I'm gonna click zoom 6 for a standard graph. Looks like this. Again, you can't use that to graph it because you don't know the coordinate points, but it lets you match. If your graph is some reason upside down and it's upside right on your calculator, one of you things are wrong, so you gotta check.
Is that the format for every single section? The
Yes.
answer?
Yeah, basically. Perfect. And then table, you need to figure out, I know,
All you gotta figure out is the vertex and you get the question right.
yeah, I need the vertex. So I need the vertex and the things around the vertex. Since I know the vertex is at 2, -2, I can get the other points, 1, -1, and 0, 2, and it's reversed the other way. Yeah. Yeah, this is right here, dude.
No, but you didn't write it there. Look, on the actual word points slash table.
This is the gap. I just put my work here. I'm just moving over here.
So it's 2 -2.
And it should match that on the paper. You should have a question. What?
I didn't realize you have like a
Wait,
little
oh,
cursor
why?
that you're on. It
Yes.
shows you the exact coordinate that you're on.
You gotta be careful with that because it doesn't move decimally. Don't do that. That's a very risky move. Pull out the table instead. Press what? Shade. Don't click those buttons. But I think it's click the buttons on the top. These buttons. What?
You just go over the line.
Yeah, I don't know, you got the line.
Oh my God.
Oh, y-intercept? Y-intercept is where x equals 0. Wait a second. Your calculator literally could tell you where x equals 0. So you can even use your calculator for y-intercept.
Mine tells me like where
Oh, so
I'm
everyone-
tracing my
and
things.
X-
so
no,
I'm going
Mitchell,
up the
Michael.
day.
Don't trace it yet. We're gonna do tracing on the last question, okay?
You'll
see that. Because I'll give you the answer.
Wait, so, wait, y-intercept is always gonna, wait, what did it say?
X equals 0. Always x equals 0. All right. Yeah, what's up?
It gives me the answer.
So you just have to find the vertex and the other stuff for your answer.
What's up?
Every single time you have to find the vertex and the other stuff that was listed. Okay, that's great.
But that is the stuff that will be listed. No surprises,
And
okay?
then nothing extra beside the, I'll tell you, find you have to graph it.
No.
so that-
I
Okay.
got it.
It's not math.
No, you don't need anything. Cheryl, did you have a question or something?
Yo, we gotta go on a song so many times.
Also,
All right, next one.
why I'm just see where it hits there. once you
Yeah,
graph
absolutely
it.
too. But sometimes if it's too shifted to the right, maybe you don't see it. So you just plug in X.
Most of the time you're able to see it.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Next question. X squared plus 5x minus 11 equals y. This is how your question is going to look. You have a parenthesis. Is this a solution?
Ow.
So this is very basic, nothing really special. You just plug in the numbers
So what do I have to do here?
because I'm checking if this is a solution to that question. That's what you plug it in.
Oh, it's a fraction,
This is
bud.
what I'm
It's a
going
total,
through.
it's a fraction.
It's a fraction.
3 squared plus 5x. Oh wait, x is actually a number.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
3 squared plus 5 times 3 minus 11
You don't have to
equals
do the-
12.
It was too big.
Oh, yeah.
Craig, sit down.
It gives you your
You don't have
point.
to do the
It
negative.
gives you your point.
9 plus 15 minus 11 equals 12. Combine the like terms, 9 plus 15 is,
Yeah,
Um,
you
How
have
do
to
we
see
write
the y is your.
That's
vertex.
14, 14 minus 11,
oh,
24 minus 11, 13.
It's wrong. It's not a solution.
wrong.
13.
Wrong.
You can't, you just plug it into your calculator as in math. You're just doing the math.
13 does not equal.
It doesn't-
So it does not equal 12, so no.
And you don't have to do anything else?
That's it. You just tell me yes or no. But you gotta show me you proved it.
You can tell that on here.
You could do that too.
It's not symmetrical.
My AirPod's not working.
That doesn't matter.
Wait, I'm-
What's up?
There's no constant.
Mr. Total, if something like I probably stress,
Yeah.
I put it in my like the whole thing. I bet it like you would waste it.
Mhm.
And I got like 3, then for X is 3, and then Y.
You know what we know.
Is that like?
Well, is 13 the same number as 12?
Michael, are you going to like?
Yeah, yeah, that's how you solve it. Now, is 13 the same as 12, Cheryl? So it's no.
Is this the
You
whole
gotta go for that
9.3?
No, we got the last question.
But this is 9.4,
Yes.
9.3?
Without like.
Kira,
chance of being able to do anything.
13, after I did this part of the math, it became 13. And then I saw 13 is not equal 12, so it's not equal 12, equal sign with a line through it.
9 plus
You know
15
your
minus
Venus
7
runs
equals
from
12.
Because y equals 12.
Friends from Palestine?
Oh, I'm so
I'm
confused.
visiting
Because this is the y, and y became 12. And I'm trying to see if they're both equal on both sides, but they're not.
Oh.
You're
Everyone's hurting.
literally last year, like I knew you're Russian.
Ashkenaz.
You're Prussian. I'm Spanish. I'm from Spain.
All right.
It's not the real thing. Listen, you're always like,
Okay,
what do you guys do in your free time on Shabbos?
next one.
I'm swimming in her pool.
It's gonna be 0 equals, so you're looking for the solutions.
Like, how did they even find that about my pool?
Yeah, what's
This is
that?
like our house on satellite.
Hey, I need to finish. Stop talking.
Get out.
We have one more problem with 0 equals, so you're finding the solution or solutions to this problem.
Did you give it the review sheet?
No, this posted on Google Classroom. So, sure, tomorrow. So this over here is x squared plus 4x plus 3. We're gonna find the solutions. Once I'll do it by hand, and then I'll show you how to do it on a calculator. Now, on by hand, we gotta do the graphing. I'm gonna do it very quickly. Negative b over 2a, which is negative 4 over 2 times 1, which is negative 2. Taking that negative 2, I'm plugging it in here. Negative 2 squared plus 4 times negative 2 plus 3. 4 minus 8 plus 3, negative 1 is your y. Now, when I look for the solutions, or basically when it equals 0, what I need to do is where in this parabola does the y equal 0? Sorry. So then x, y, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna do, I know this vertex is negative 2, negative 1. Let me go negative 3, negative 4, and negative 1 and 0. Gonna plug it in. I'll do negative 1 because that seems smaller, and I'll get the negative 3 for free. So negative 1 squared plus 4 times negative 1 plus 3. 1 minus 4 plus 3. What does that give me?
0.
0. If this one's 0, this is also 0. And you could kind of see on the graph, it's going to look like this. Negative 2, 1, 0, 0. You'll see it hits the
How do you do this on a graph?
Oh, 3.
X calculator like this.
How do you do this on a graph?
Now, how do you do on the calculator? It's a good question. There's 2 ways to do it. One, you're going to click y equals. You're going to plug in your calculator. X squared, you're just plugging in your equation, plus 4x plus 3. So you plug it in like that. Then you just click you could click zoom 6 to look at it.
Wait, how did it equal 0?
You can't get equal 0, but what I can do is look at the table, and what am I looking for? For the zeros, not in the X in this case, in the Y column. So I'm looking for the zeros over here.
That what we always do whenever it's.
Oh,
Oh, so what are those numbers called? Like the negative 3, negative 1, or what?
They're the X intercepts or the solutions.
Really,
in this
that
case.
doesn't matter.
Oh.
Okay.
So are you only supposed to graph 3 points if you find it in the second part?
What's up?
Keep going.
Are you only supposed to graph 3 points if you find it in that part?
Oh my God, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
Yeah, if you found it early, yeah, you don't have to grab 3 points.
okay.
Because as soon as you find the zeros, which is what I'm looking for, you can stop right there.
So in this type of problem, you don't have to do the minimum and all that.
I'm not asking for that. I'm just asking where Y.
That's only in 9.1, 9.2.
Yeah, and you'll see, it'll literally say that.
Do you always have to solve for the
Vertex.
You do want to because it helps you see where you need to look at on the table. So at least do that by hand. Kira.
So if once we find out which is equal zero, we only have to graph those 3 points.
Yeah, and then, but again, I actually not even looking for the graph. The graph just helps you see it. What I really care about is where's the solutions, and that's at -3 and -1.
-4 is 3. Okay, that's like.
-3 and -1,
Whoa, it's calculator.
because that's where y equals 0, and that's what I'm looking for.
Just work with.
Wait, how is it -3, -4?
Because that's where y equals 0, and you can see it on calculator plus the table I wrote down
No,
here.
it's just 3.
-3, -1.
No, it says 3.
Wait, I'm switching.
No, not when x equals 0, when y equals 0.
It says
Oh, these
-1
like-
0.
What are you doing? No, stop, no.
Yeah, -1 is one of the answers. Find the other answer.
Wait, I'm so confused by this.
You're zoomed up. Just go scroll up.
Wait, I'm so confused by this. Like, these are just the points. So like,
Yeah.
What else do I need?
You need where y equals 0. That's it.
So 0 equals 3.
No, dude, when y equals 0, so where the y values are 0.
That's
So
-1.
-1 and -3. You gotta make sure you get them all.
Oh.
When the -1 is -2.
All right, pay attention to this. This is actually slightly new, but the same old stuff.
You can't put it on.
Real quick, let's say y equals x squared. Very, very basic. Very, very basic. So you would have 0, 0. It would look like this. Now, in the previous question, let me just scroll back for a second. It's where it hits the x-axis, and it hits the x-axis twice. In this scenario, how many times does it hit the x-axis here?
It's done. How do you solve that?
1. So if it hits it only once, what does that mean? How many answers do you have? 1. In this case, it's 0.
Oh, peace out. Later.
Yeah, you just graph it. You can use the calculator again. It depends on the question, but if it lands,
You just rushed me and I calculated right here.
wait, one question at a time. Cheryl, what's up? It's 0 because it only hits the x-axis at one place, and it's at 0, 0.
What type of question is that?
It'll be the same type as 9.3. But sometimes, you usually get 2 answers. Sometimes you get 1 answer.
So for 9.3, you're supposed to find your vertex, right?
Mhm.
And see if that is, wait,
You find your vertex and then help you find your table. You use that vertex to find your table.
for 9.3, the first part is that you give us 2 numbers, we have to plug them in, see if it makes a solution.
The first part of 9.3, yeah.
And then the
So our
second,
test is Wednesday, right now?
Yes.
and the second part is that we have to find the number that gets you to the solution with the graph.
Mm-hmm.
But then when would this happen?
On the test? I don't understand what you're asking.
Thank you, Mr. Coble.
No problem.
Thank you.
No problem.
So how do you only have one number as your answer? I don't get it.
What's up?
How do you only have one number as your answer?
How do you have one number you answer? Because it only hits the x-axis once.